Taoiseach, in April 2016, an oral PQ that I raised in the House, I asked about a proposed primary care centre for Tullow in County Carlow. I was told the HSE proposed to deliver the primary care centre for Tullow, Rathvilly and Hackettstown area using the direct-owned bill mechanism. The HSE said their capital plan would fund the centre. Following several questions in 6 years since the HSE told me that Tullow was the only place identified. Last year then I was told it was going to begin in Q4. I'm still waiting to be told where the centre is to go. I hope, Taoiseach, you can tell me where. And just recently, Taoiseach, I met with a crowd of people in Burris, County Carlow, who also are in urgent need of a primary care centre in the Burris area. It's a really rural part of Carlow, and it's so important that we have these facilities in a rural area. It will also help stop the crowds at the accident and emergencies, and these people could be treated in these centres. I would ask you, Taoiseach, to make this a priority. Thank you.
Time for a response, Taoiseach, but as best you can.
I appreciate a huge number of deputies asking very important questions here, but I'll jot them down as quickly as I can, and 18 deputies with about 3 questions each is nearly 60 questions. So I guess I just try and answer as many as I can, as best I can in the time available. Deputy Dillon raised the issue of the emergency department in Castlebar, which needs to be extended, and I very much agree with his remarks on that. I'm not sure if it can be fast-tracked, but I'm working with Minister Donnelly and Minister Donoghue to see if there are particular health projects that we could fast-track, particularly those that involve expanding emergency departments or involve additional bed capacity. There are a number of similar projects in the West region. Just on Friday, I was in Portiuncula Hospital in Ballinasloe, visited the hospital and the emergency department. It's a good ED, but a really small one for one that takes 30,000 patients every year now, and another one that needs an expansion. Good to see that the additional 50-bed block and 12-bed additional isolation ward is under construction there. In relation to the urgent care centre in Connolly, Deputy Dolly and I share constituency. He'll know as I do that it is a really good facility, has been a big addition to paediatric healthcare in the area, has dramatically improved the experience of urgent care for children in West Dublin, in Meath, in North Kildare. The same goes for the one in Tala. There is a new online booking system. It's been brought in because of a massive increase in the number of attendances, way beyond what was ever intended. It is for a trial period, and I don't know if it's going to work or not. Didn't particularly like it when I heard about it, but it's a decision that they've taken, and it is for a trial period. I think it may work for some people. You might have a kid with a high temperature or a minor injury, and you'd rather get an appointment in 3 hours than sit in the waiting room in 3 hours. So it might work for some people. But I take the point that the deputy makes around people who are digitally excluded, who mightn't be used to using computers, and it may have the perverse effect or the unintended effect of just increasing attendances in Temple Street down the road, and that's what we want to avoid. So we'll see how it goes, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Deputy Moynihan asked about. Should I continue or?
You might as well.
Okay.
We'll take the time for the next group.
Deputy Moynihan asked about shortages of medicines. And as he acknowledged that these aren't unique to Ireland and have happened in the past, but it is worse than I've ever seen it anyway. I'm told that alternative treatments are available for every single product that's currently in short supply. So shortages of certain paracetamol, amoxicillin or penicillin products relate to individual line items and don't represent an entire portfolio. Unexpected surges in demand, such as we've seen, take time to resolve as the industry increases production to bring the supply chain back to normal and medicine supply continues to improve. The Department of Health is engaging closely with all stakeholders in working to mitigate the current immediate shortages. The Department of Health has analysed products currently listed as short and can confirm that the reimbursement price is not the root cause of the shortage for any of these products. The increase in notifications of shortages in recent months is directly related to the increased demand due to the winter surge. The HPRA is working with all marketing authorisation holders to increase supply. They'll continue to offer regulatory flexibility where possible to suppliers. The HPRA has secured additional stock for many of the items that are in short supply, and the HSE has issued several memos to prescribers and pharmacists, including clinical advice and up-to-date information on available products, and a dedicated web page has been developed to allow prescribers to check on what's available to supply at the moment.